Today, August 19 in Colombia. Our time zone is 13:18. Global Median Time 5. I am talking with Evans Daniel. So we have been talking is 3 or 4 conversation before of this meeting. I want that people understand what he's trying to do. I did an experiment with artificial intelligence with him, according to our conversation. Then we write a template of a grant proposal. I would like to use it in order to consider different uses in this case. Well, let me know how may I help you right now, Evans. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, my friend Andres. Maybe just to begin with, I will introduce myself before the people to understand who Evans is. Okay, I'm Evans Daniel, resident of Kenya and living in Fangano Island. Right now, I work with a project in my project called LNI's Extracurricular Global Center, where we nurture kids' talent. And this program is based in the island. So, like my friend have said, our first conversation, our second conversation we did, we made some proposal. And today's meeting, we want to talk about how we can collaborate, we can partner, and how we can actually meet other donors and other volunteers in my project, because right now all our kids need some support, and the organization needs some support. So my friend Andreas really helpful in there for our last talk. So we thought this discussion we can talk about how we can further our donation, other countries, making some clear grant proposal that we made at the time. Yeah, that's great.
So thanks for your introduction, Evans. So I want to explain you today. I remember that I am trying to share. I did a connection with someone from Africa. It seems that he's working with an MIT lab. I want to see. I want to open my LinkedIn in order to share with you. But well, the point is that concerning this field, I want to share you what I'm doing right now. I want to explain it in English because at this moment, I think that it is something very important. Well, in this case, we are right now, someone of our network, he's located in the White House, in the United States Congress. They are doing some protests. He's supporting, he's not planning, but he's participating. And well, he had a conversation last week with some people from the senators. He asked them how much money do we need. That was the main question. We're planning to propose different projects. I think that the right pilot is with the USA. I think that they are also located in Africa. They also support in Africa. I think that it is one of the paths for international cooperation. I think that another thing that it is important. You are in some of our groups, and we need to encourage social networks that we need to use features for instant messaging apps to translate the information and summarize the information, because sometimes you left the group because you don't understand what we are doing, and sometimes you can learn something specific from people from different countries. And in this case, if you don't speak Spanish, it is an important feature because you can get engaged and you can invite more people. And sometimes we can communicate, because in this case we talk, both of us talk English, but many people only speak Spanish or your native language, for example. And I think that we need to encourage to use these features, because in your case you can perceive that sometimes you left because most of our information is in Spanish, and it is something that we must consider. So I think that he's the guy that I connected from. All of them accepted me that he's from Africa. Let me see. Yes, he's him. Abbas, I want to introduce you with him. He's working with MIT, and I think that he's located in Africa. I don't know if in Kenya. No, he's in California, but it seems like he's from Africa or India. Well, the point is that some of our proposal must be considered in real language. And well, let us know how was your experience with your friend from Spain. He never replied my message. What happened with him? Are you there?
Yeah, you got lost. You got lost sometimes. I don't know if you can hear me.
What happened? Is he located in Africa or he's not in Africa right now? Or he's located in Spain right now?
Yeah, can you hear me good?
Not so well, but I'm hearing you.
Okay, please, can you come up again? I didn't hear you well. Can you come up again, please?
Okay, what did you say?
Can you come up again? Can you repeat what you're saying because you break, your voice break.
I don't know. He was the guy. He said that he's the African traveling teacher. I think that he could be useful for volunteering, for example, because he introduced himself as a traveling teacher in Africa. We can try to connect with him.
Okay, so you are asking me to tell more about the guy, or because you're not clear, your voice breaks, so I'm really grasping your words.
Yeah, I know. The point is that I connected with him today. He is social entrepreneur fellow from SOC MIT. It is a program from MIT for open innovation, for corporate open innovation. I was reading about it, and I got noticed that he is from Africa, and he's part of this program. So I would like that we can connect with him. In this case, for the reason I propose you that we can connect, because he's educator and your program is also focused in education, and he must be interested in this partnership, and he is connected with MIT. That's something that I think that is important to connect with him.
Now I get you right. Yeah, I think I will appreciate because partnership with a lot of people and also my fellow Africa will really make a good move for us, and I will really appreciate. I can't reject that. I really accept that connection, please.
Okay, so we can continue with him. So, but in the last question that I didn't hear you well, or I don't know if you understand me. I was talking about your friend from Spain, that he's not right now with you. He's in Spain again. What happened with him?
Yeah, my friend left to Indonesia, not Spain. He's from Spain, but now he's in Indonesia for his work. Yeah, he was a volunteer here in this project. Took here 1 month, and now he's back in Indonesia for his work. He will come back next year. Yeah, he will come back next year. My friend was called Felix. It's really helpful for this project because like we talked at that time with you and him, he was telling about they really need that we had about making kids here to have their own space. So he made some plans for us to actually start, but it was not enough. So we are still going through some friends requesting and some grant proposal actually to make our new space for the kids. Yeah, so my friend is back and it's really helpful to us, my friend Andrea.
Great, awesome. So I want to share you something that I think that is important. Yesterday we was doing the name and the logo tag of this initiative, Educova. education consciousness and values. We want to make a social network for teachers, masters, educators, philosophers, researchers, in order to connect them or connect us in one way or another. I think that it could be useful if we think about the user stories, because in your case, I think that we must change the educational model across the globe, in particular in our countries, our third world countries. We need to change the ways to teach people. We need to promote digital programs, and also, for example, to to promote people to study, because we have a lot of issues. For example, the nutrition, the psychological affairs, things like that, the food that you are eating, the way you train your brain, things that we must consider in order to promote education across the globe. And well, I think that it could be something to discuss later. And in this case, because for example, Francis, he's a teacher, he's in Africa, and I think that he's very well connected with the United States. He's from Uganda. I think that we must discuss about the.
Uganda?
Sorry?
He's from Uganda?
Yes, or unless he's located in Uganda. He's sort of Western region. I haven't write him yet. But I connected with him for this reason, because he is in South MIT.
Maybe you can also share the link. I try to connect, then we can do the talk again.
Sure. I'm going to share his link.
Yeah, sure.
So how do you perceive the education in your country?
Yeah, education in my country, I may say, is not bad, but better. No. Yeah, but a lot of challenges, my friend Andres. Like now, the Kenyan government is moving from the 844 to the TBC curriculum, so a lot of changes in the education system, which to the normal idea is still new. So we need to adapt and to actually cope up with the environment, which is making a very slow move, and Kenya has less materials to facilitate all that they are implementing into the CBC and the new curriculum that they are bringing. So it's really hectic here and really hard, but we need to keep on and to fix with the new curriculum that is being brought by government. So that is the situation that we are now. Not good, but not bad. Almost better. Something of that.
Well, I think that at this moment, I am considering that according to the frontier of the science and technology, and everything with automatization and with artificial intelligence, human beings, we must focus in research, discovery, invention, imagination, has main verbs, or has a main actions to make, because all of the things in the educational system could be replaced with artificial intelligence or with automatization, or in general with technology. And we must create a different educational system to promote this field. I think that we must be discovering new things or unknown things as a human action, because at this moment the system is training us for things that there are another people that they are trying to replace it. And I think that it must be considered, because at any moment we will be competing with all of these things. For example, the farmers. I don't know if you have seen some robots that they make it better than a farmer, and it is just a prototype. With the time, it will be improved. Well, I think that we must be trained in a new way. That's what I think about the education. Well, And also we need to adapt the educational system to the reality of most of people. For example, if you are not a teenager or a child, you can have a lot of time to study. And in our country, for example, the children and teenagers, they must work to survive. And we must promote these specific challenges. I would like to know specifically what kind of things do you want to teach with your projects, with your organization, with your initiatives, and in order to understand in a better way, in all in the big picture of the puzzle, what could be your field of connection? Because today I got noticed about this organization, and I am going to shift the things that I'm sharing with you, because I want to make an experiment with you in order to talk about an organization in real time and then propose the artificial intelligence to write a proposal for this organization. In this case, I would like to create a group with him, and we study about the organization, and we define in the conversation what we want to propose him, and then we send him a document, and we send him the conversation, and we can see what happens. It is something that in the past was not possible, but we can read about the company, and we can try to get a meeting with him. What do you think about it?
Yeah, no, basically, education every day it grows. It's like just like technology. Every day we get new ideas. It's the same as education. You know, in my project and my organization, I thought of bringing this new idea of nurturing kids' talent, which is basically to what they have. You know, in Kenya by then, this activity that right now it was not that much implemented. So it was like something that was only being done in university level, it's college level. But for me, I thought of bringing it lower to young ages so that they with this impact of promoting their talents. So right now, like I've told you, Kenya is trying to implement what we thought as the progression in some years, which they're trying to build in talent, like the CBC, how they call it. They are trying to nurture, to implement the natural knowledge that each and every kids and giving them a space to study and giving them opportunity to develop them when they are still young. So in my project, this is the view that I had. Like you see, I had a view of if today the Kenya is really growing and the world is growing, I give a knowledge to a young boy, maybe someone good in dancing. I impact the dancing that she has, I promote it and give it a better foundation. If even good and level of education really should. So it will identify its job area where come in second government education. Okay? So it really goes straight in like other W in country university where it was not done. So that is why I brought this project of kids nurturing talent. Now I'm really happy because the government is already taking the side, bringing it up. But the challenge you see we have with the government is the government is the idea, but the facilities are not there. Like if maybe you say, maybe they teach them, but now the items to do practical work is what they really miss in the school. Okay? So it is a halfway done, which is not going to really make a good impact because if I do it in theory but not practical, then I'm way doing it. So that is most a challenge that the government has. They are trying to implement the idea, not fully, is a halfway down. And in my project, I do like everything full. Physical, read everything we do, because we know when we give you the book work and we give you the physical work, combine them, and next time if we like we have, I show you some video where we have an activity first do the book work and do the practical. We did very, very well. And that is what my mind was nurturing the kids to grow up learning what they have, what God gave them, and to give income to their future life. I hope you understand.
Yes, I understand your point. And your main focus are the kids.
Yes.
Okay, that's something interesting. How do you make the process to promote the talents of the kids? How do you have a specific methodologies, steps that in this case, or is it something natural with an interview or with the interaction of the kids? How it works?
Yeah, that's a good question. What we do, we identify the kid talents. After identifying their talents or what they are capable of doing, we give them their gifts. And after giving them their gifts, we have our trainees, the training of them. So if it is dancing, if it is art, sewing, anything they do, they have their gifts. So after them in the group, now the teachers will check who best and who are not bad, working on like this. Some are going with them, they move like I need this, okay, the other way, not right. So the teachers are very, very keen in identifying their talent, what is really, really good. So that is how we actually do, and we know we have we do a lot of research. We really do a lot of research how we can do everything and show them what they need. And we have a project that will show everything, and they Google everything and see it, and yeah, that's what it is.
And for example, in this case, are you open to explore the frontier, the state of arts in the teaching methods for to discover talents specifically in kids? Are you always constantly researching, or do you have something empirical? How is your position about the scientific background with your work? Because in this case, for example, if I am trying to make you a proposal considering that I am trying to discover and specify and understand your specific problem that you are passionate about. I am trying to infer it. Something has. Do you want to promote, or I don't know if it's the right verb, but you want to promote the discovery of talents in kids, or how you can explain it? And I am trying to make this process because, for example, in this case, if you have a problem statement, a very clear problem statement, or at least the main problem statement, and you have different problems to tackle, then you can connect with people or organization who could be interested in your specific field. I would like to understand a little bit more about what could be the specific problems about it.
Well, good question. I will really say yes. I really need to promote to my heart desire to promote globally, because I understand what I don't what I do. A lot of not enough doesn't give opportunity to the kids. So if I have a promoted to meditation or not only my village and my country, I am here and promoting this activity. We are going to also get more knowledge other people because we are going to share like that thing. So really, really open to promote it globally, make it globally. We all in Kenya want to go,
So in this case, for example, I don't know if you remember that we're trying to create a social network of improve the current social network, or create new methods and tools to connect humanity by compatibility in problems. It is one of the matching criteria. And um, I think that we must use artificial intelligence, or we can have mentors as well. But artificial intelligence allow us to make it more massive. In your case, for example, you don't have a profile of you or your organization. It doesn't matter if it is formally in your country, for example, if you formally establish it. But the point is that I want to give an example. For example, your problem, mission, vision, and purpose. That's something criteria matching criteria. And I want to read about this organization. I have been doing prompts that, for example, if we provide a mission statement of an organization, and we promote our mission statement, and we can use all of our conversations or anything we have our organization, and say him write them a proposal according to our projects. And I am trying to make something like this. For example, in this case, I want to make the experiment because in my case, I am interested to connect with this organization. I did some connection, and one of the connection is from Africa. And I want to, in this case, we connect to make them a proposal. You can make the proposal with your initiative, and I think that we can match with this organization. For example, the mission is SOLVE is an initiative of MIT. We believe that to achieve a more sustainable and equitable future for all, we need new voices and ideas. We are new voices and ideas. And for example, in this case, we are not be considered in the first word. I have been trying to propose, for example, with the social network, the feature that we need to use a premium feature that we can pay $1, $2, $3, $5 that we can translate in the groups, or we can receive a summary of the groups. I consider you are aware that it is important. We are creating a syndicate, a network for groups and manager creators, groups and community and manager, community creators and community managers, for ecosystem creators and ecosystem managers, and for content creators and content manager. Because in my case, I have been detecting that we need to improve a lot of features in the current digital tools, in the current instant messaging apps and social networks, and we are not here. So in this case, I want to validate. I was doing the prompt. I want to share it, but it is in Spanish. With ChatGPT, I write him, give me the list of all the most important organization in the world for open corporate, for no opening corporate open innovation. And it was one of the organization, and I start to send connection requests for the people who are working in this organization. But for example, in this case, you have a problem, you have a challenge, and sometimes you must need to be open to open innovation, and you can find partnerships with anyone in any part of the world, but you have a clear challenge. And in this case, for example, artificial intelligence must be trained to ponderate matching criteria for with your mission and a specific organization, specific people, and the things that we are doing. For example, in this case, it is an example about it with this organization, with someone from Africa, that he is a teacher. Well, I think that right now the teaching is very important, the education, the pedagogy, science, technology, but particularly education and pedagogy is more important than we can think. So, for example, I want to read the mission in order to train artificial intelligence to make a proposal. Tactic and ChatGPT and OpenAI and Gemini and Llama, we want to make a prompt to validate later. We want to make a proposal for Solve. I want to read the mission. Solve is an initiative of MIT. We believe that to achieve a more sustainable and equitable future for all, we need new voices and ideas. We launch open calls for exceptional and diverse solutions to the most pressing global challenges from anyone, anywhere in the world. Selected innovators get the backing of MIT and our community of supporters to scale their impact and drive lasting change. Join us on this mission. Submit your solution, support our work, fund our own challenge. I think that education is one of the most pressing global challenges right now. And I would like to consider with you because last week and this week I have been talking with many people in education. Well, how you can propose in this case with this organization and with him like a specific challenge that you want to focus that we make open innovation with just an example on a specific challenge. What you can say in order to make a document like the last time that it wrote a grant proposal, and according with the information that we are talking, we can send them a specific challenge or a specific proposal. What do you like to propose then in this case? And then I want to propose something after hearing you.
Yeah, based on our last talk about the grant proposal, I think I will still stick in that because right now, like I said earlier, we we are moving on having a new space. So my proposal of having the new space will be the key area because we really, really need it. And yeah, and
Sorry, I can hear you. Are you are you talking or what happened?
no, can you hear me?
Yes, I am hearing you now.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I was saying I will stick on. I will really stick on the first idea we share out on the proposal that we made with you of having the new space with also my friend from Spain because we really, really need it. And making this idea with new brain and new talk globally now is going to really, really have a major impact of maybe having a problem here. I can get another new voice from some guys away from me and having the idea in the table and actually sharing it, I will be boosting my knowledge towards running everything or managing everything because we had a different geographical area and sharing our voices here will really very, very impact us. So my friend, my proposal just be that is having the new space. And let me know, like we also talked the other time with me, you, and my friend from Spain of having the new space. I really don't know how maybe the proposal can make because you understand this best with your friend and everyone. So and how you say I can provide you with our mission, vision, but I will provide you with everything on our website. So maybe check everything there. You will understand everything what you need to know and what you need to take and everything you can have there, so that when you are having this idea of the space, you can have clarity about it. So my question is, having this proposal about the new space on your side, I really don't know how you are going to do it, but can I know when when after having the talk or with your friend or when can this be done? Maybe here I need to do it. We also need to sit down as a team and focus on some areas. Yeah.
Yes, but in this case, I want to understand I want to understand your passion, because when you have a passion for a problem, it doesn't matter the solution. I think that it will it will provide a specific energy that, for example, could be an expert. We in fact, we have experts in the work that you are doing or the problem that you are tackling, but you are not connected with them. For example, researchers, scientists, teachers, and in this case, if we define your specific challenge, it is a challenge itself. For example, I'm trying to see the way that they organize the challenge, and it is an example. Learning for civic action challenge. It is a challenge. How can all people learn about and take civic action to improve their communities and the world? This challenge could be related with your challenge. It have some kind of connection, for example. But in your case, I want to define a specific challenge that you want to tackle because we can find we need to create we need to create the future of the web, that in this case you can have potential match recommendation because you are doing empirical work with the kids, and I think that it is a very important challenge in the world to find new methods to promote the talents of kids. And I don't know, in this case, for example, what I am doing right now with you, that it is I don't like a type of coaching that I want to understand and help you to define and discover in a clear way the scope of your massive transformative proposal, your mission, vision, your problem, your goals. If you have these 5 elements, for example, in a clear way, and you have it in your brain programming in a good way, and if you provide this information in the web, it can use artificial intelligence to make matching criteria. That's what we want to create, because in this case, if you are all the days receiving recommendation to connect with someone or with an organization, because it provides you specific patterns. And for example, if it suggests us a particular proposal or a specific email to connect, or a specific message to connect on MIT, what do you think that will happen in the humanity if we reach it? For example, we are doing an example right now that we are giving information, our conversation to artificial intelligence, and then I need to make some prompts, and we will see what happened. But we need to connect everything about this website because I'm not navigating the website, and we need to know about your organization, and we need to contrast the information and the data, and then define if we make a match and we can make them a proposal. But in this case, for example, I would like to consider how we can propose a challenge. If we need to be a sponsor, or we can reach them and propose them that the kind of challenge that we can create. Because in this case, I would like to propose that we need to propose challenges related with education. The only challenge that I am seeing here in the education was the related with the civic participation. What do you think of our okay, okay, we have re-engaging learners. How can we bridge learning gaps for the most underserved children and youth between the ages 5 and 18 so they can thrive and succeed? I think that this challenge is related with you. For example, if you connect with Sanskirti, Vanessa, Wenceslaus, you can have connection with them because they are working in a challenge, and we have this information in the internet, but we can extract the information. We have some people that work in a compatible challenge with your challenge. What do you think about it?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, sometimes it may really be difficult here, but the challenge I might speak of are very, very many, my friend, very, very many. Kids are, kids are very open-minded people, and they can ask any question. And so, main challenge maybe we can focus in this here, is having a well-organized system of training them of what they really, really need. That is what we really lack, like having a well-organized everything means we need to have everything from A maybe to Z, maybe A maybe to W, not even if we can't make it to Z. So having all the requirement that we need so that kids, when they need something, they get it. So it's a challenge. You know, some organization maybe if we build everything. So like you have said, having a connected with some members or some people away from you, we share ideas like on how they run everything, how they manage everything. Then you start your own. Then you find a solution of fixing some areas that you are within, or maybe adjusting some areas. So that is another an idea. And another idea is, you know, like getting to know, getting to worldwide thing, or maybe today I'm in Kenya, I need to understand who is in maybe another country and doing the same operation, maybe getting a background of his project or his program is also a challenge, you know. We are only fixed minded, but you brought this up as we can open our
It's
mind
14 hours.
And get ideas from other people. So opening mind is a really, really big deal here. Now, a challenge that we have is we don't open our mind to get other people or to bring other people into the table and we share ideas. But if you have this opportunity of us getting, opening our mind and opening our territory, yeah, we are really going to solve a lot and a lot. So that's another challenge of fixing point. And yeah, can we speak to them many, my friend? Maybe in my organization, I can write everything for you down so that you can go through what maybe I can write everything down with being what you want, maybe something of that.
Okay,
Sometimes you lost, I really don't know because sometimes you break, I don't know if you hear me.
yes, I am hearing you. Are you having issues listening to me?
Yeah, sometimes you really break, so I really have to figure out.
Yes,
Okay.
it is usual that we are banned a lot of time. But well, concerning your point, I think that open innovation and particularly corporate open innovation is something is a challenge itself. It's something that we must tackle because we don't have a culture of open innovation. Most of the organization and most of the humans are very close with the network, with their people, and sometimes they are not open to listen ideas from different parts. In this case, concerning this field, at least in the mission of the organization, that they believe it is a belief of them that we need to when you make a proposal, sometimes I try to remember the mission and the vision and try to define that we match and they must accomplish the mission and the vision. And in this case, they are talking that they need new voices, that we need new voices and ideas. And in this case, I think that we could be new voices and ideas. And in fact, for example, the way that they make challenges, we can consider how to change it, in particular in open corporate open innovation. Because in this case, you are recognizing, or at least that's what I understand, that it is something important. But the problem with this is one that we are not creating a culture about it. We need to promote a culture in order to create a trend, and we also need to create the tools to make it easy to do and to make it clear. Because if you don't have a tool for open innovation and, for example, the IP condition for the people who support it, it is something important. In this case, for example, you are working with non-profit initiatives, but in your case, you could receive support from different parts, and I want to encourage you to, you are talking that you want to organize the systematization of the process with the education, the tools that they really need. I think that it is a challenge to itself to understand what they really need. I think that it is something important. And I have been thinking that we need to think about the problem of the gamification in education. We need to go very, very deep about it. And I think that in your case, we can propose a partnership that you make the experiment of specific methods. I would like to evaluate it with kids and promote how to educate with gamification. And one of the things that I'm seeing that you are interested is to discover the talents and boosting the talents. I think that discovery one step and boosting is another step, and it has different things. And well, in this case, you need to be connected with the people who are working in these fields, and particularly in a theoretical scheme. And well, for example, in this case, I want to consider your current situation has a case in order to attempt to open this door and propose the challenge, because I was reading the challenge that could be connected with your challenge, and I don't know how you can present that challenge. What do you think about it?
I know not maybe less idea in that because yeah, it's really new with that challenge. But maybe if you give me time, I'll think about it. Have a good answer for it.
Great, but the point is that in order to to get more support, if we propose the opportunity of research about the work that you are doing, and if we make it in a partnership with researchers, scientists, and universities, it will be, I think that it will be better to find resources to support it, because we are not only solving a social issue, and we are also in parallel creating new knowledge, because we are researching and we are discovering new methods. And I don't know if you have been thinking about it. I think that we can consider something like this in your case, in order to make a case studies for to support new methods, because you need to test it, how is the perception in the kids and things like that. What do you think about it?
Yeah, sure, sure. Everything you need to start from fresh, like identifying and identifying. You have to start with the identification. After that, you have to boost. After that, you have to train. So yeah, it's really a good idea. That's a very good point we can start with.
Well, I think that let's try to see if we can get a conversation with this guy. We make a document and a group, and let's see if we can connect with him.
Yeah, sure. Whenever we try to connect, when we are connected with this place, we can talk together. This is a very, very good idea. Connecting this way, I really appreciate it.
And I would like to sorry. No, continue. I would like to schedule another meeting with your friend from Spain, in order to discuss another things too. What do you think about it?
No problem. No problem. Do you have his contact?
Yes, but he don't reply the messages. It seems that he's not seeing the messages.
Yeah, now he's a little bit busy. He told me that because we talked about 3 days ago. So maybe he's busy, but I can try to reach him, and please let him know that you need to talk with him. So once I deliver that, I will also message you so that you can maybe talk.
Yes, it will be great, because well, I sent him some messages, but I am going to write him again. But I think that he is an example for many people in Europe. It is a good way, because you are seeing we are connected, in this case, 3 continents: Europe, someone from Europe, someone from Africa, and someone from America or South America. And it becomes a time of example, because, for example, in his case, he seems that he's doing volunteering across the globe. and it could be a trend, and it could be a trend of tourism, and it could be a chain of education, and we can try to make something about it. And well, I am trying to invite you to think how we can create a social network for educators. So I think that it is something important that we connect the people who are teaching in the planet, because education is very important. Remember the Sustainable Development Goal. I don't remember if it is the Sustainable Development Goal for education of quality. I think that we need to think about it. So can you imagine the people that you can find different educators, but a specific matching criteria? The right name is taxonomies, that you can match with someone who are working in specific fields, and all the people who are teaching. I think that we need to connect, because we need to reinvent the education. We are using a scheme and methods that have been using in the last centuries, and we are just changing it. And we also need to use gamification. Gamification is very important for education, and I think that it will be very important to use it in your case, because you are working with kids. I don't know if you are familiar with Khan Academy. Have you explored in this tool? We need to make a partnership with Khan Academy, because we need to improve this education. You can study most of your of primary and secondary studies with Khan Academy, and it is a little bit gamificated, and it is good to learning about mathematics, for example. And we need to improve it with artificial intelligence. I think that in your case, we need to evaluate another partnership with Khan Academy. I am connected with 2 or 3 persons from Khan Academy. I am trying to negotiate in Colombia with the government a partnership with them, in order to nivellate the people, because in our country most of people never finish primary studies, secondary studies, and it could be useful to make it, and we can use it to give, for example, conditioned grants. I don't know if it is the right translation, but I mean that if you receive a grant from the government or any person, you need to start an education process. And many people is not nivelated; they don't have basic knowledge. And at this moment, we need to make it big, because everything is changing right now. It is another idea that we must consider. And I want to make you aware that it is very important what you are doing, because you are working with the kids, with the childrens, and we and childrens from the third world, from our country. We are in the third world, and we need to define and create new ways to close the gap with the network, with with the scarce of or resources that we have, how we can educate the children in a good way in order to change his life. If we are educated when they become adults, his life could change dramatically. Yeah, I don't know the right spelling, the right translation. It can be in a radical way. That's what I want to say. What do you think about it?
Dramatically or what?
No, no, about the thing that I say, but what I want to propose you, I am going to think about the,
It's good. It's, no, like the last statement we say communication, I was thinking how this can be really implemented here, and I found a lot of ways which I think a lot of my kids will really love this thing. It's going to and so now what you say of innovating of the education system, which now your country you say a lot of people don't finish some primary levels. So if we innovate all the system, I think we are going to implement a high opportunity for countries and for our kids, you know.
Yes, that's something important. I want to propose you something. I want to consider some of the organization that I know, for example, this organization and USA and the MIT lab, and I'm going to search for more organization. I want that you read about the information of them, and then we can make another meeting, considering what do you think you can propose them in your case, what with the things you are doing, and connect with the things that I am doing, because in this case, we already make it in the Hispanic countries. I don't know why the universe, you are the only person that speak English that search for me, that you send, I need to talk with you. It is not so common. But if we make it in English, I can start translated what I am doing in Spanish with videos and with documents, because I'm making it with someone else. In this case, what I am proposing, it is called like a collective action. For example, we are starting something together. We are more than one, we are two, and then we can start connecting more people. I am going to connect with someone else from India and the other people, and we share it. We share it with a document, and we share it with the meeting, and we define what we are planning together and how we can match with a specific organization. For example, only yesterday, we was talking in Spanish about this initiative, a social network for a teacher, and we have a WhatsApp group with more than 100 people. And today, right now, before our meeting, a philosophy teacher from Cali, Colombia, a city where I was living, he introduced him in the group, but I'm not talking about it with people that speak English. Most of my LinkedIn networks speak English, and we can try to connect the people with the document that we are planning something specific. I would like to encourage you to be part of the social network as a co-inspirator, as a co-founder. We are studying this in Spanish, and it is something important. We need to translate in the groups of instant messaging apps or social network, because you don't understand what we are talking about. And you need to translate it by yourself, and it takes time, and time is gold. And already, well, more than gold. And it is something that we need to negotiate, because we are isolated. We can connect more cultures, more humans, if we translate the information in the social network with artificial intelligence. And it is very important, because you don't understand the ideas, or you need to copy and paste, or you don't understand a voice note and you left. And it was a problem that we have in the group where we connect the acceleration of sustainable development goals through parallel entrepreneurship, because the people that speak English started to receive messages in Spanish, and they left. And it is a problem. We need to solve it. And it is important for humanity, because we could be connected. But well, I would like to propose you to be part of this. We can start think about it, because you are working in teaching challenges and problems, and we need to connect all the people in the planet about it, and particularly in the third world. That's something important. What do you think about it?
It's good. Think good about it, really.
Great. In this case, I am also connected with 10 people from Meta on LinkedIn. We can create a group and propose them something about it, for example. But if you keep the conversation, it will be important, because sometimes the people don't keep the conversation. That's an issue, no? Because you start talking alone.
I remember you told me about the connection of the Meta and the Google. Yeah, so these are really, really good people and high people. If we make their connection and we share our ideas, definitely I know it will have a good impact and it will have a good impact. Sure, I'm in for it.
Great. So I think that the best way is to share a document with a brief message of what we are planning for them. If we create the specific groups, we can start making this, begin connecting with them. So we are planning. You are interested to connect with Meta, with Google. I think that with Khan Academy, with MIT Lab, I forget the name. MIT Solve, and also with USA. I am going to write it. Are we clear about it?
Yeah, very clear. And you say there's some groups that you are going to look for. Maybe I also can look for some other groups, then we share.
Yes, I mean that the kind of partnership of the organization that we want to make partnerships about your field. I am writing this because I can talk about it with you with this field. For example, in our case, we have WhatsApp groups with, for example, the people who are interested in USA proposal, but it is in Spanish. I had a group with Khan Academy, but it was banned by WhatsApp. We had a group for WhatsApp proposal, but in Spanish for Google, and we don't have the group for Solve MIT yet. But well, that's what I say. That when we make something like this, we need to go deep and to propose something for this organization according to our interest. Okay. Do you want to talk about something else, or do you have any question, idea, hypothesis, problem?
Yeah. Maybe just to add a little bit. I think the idea of if we have with these groups and actually we have good access to them, we have to make the ball running. Sometimes when we do a lot of spanning, how you say it. So I need to copy paste, translate, and learn, and it takes a lot of time. Sometimes you get bored, so like we can actually, what you say, make it in English to easier our way of getting and just direct communication. I see this, I read very fast and then go to other things. So we can see all that also.
Yes, it is very important. Well, let's propose something about it. I was summarizing another ideas to improve the using social network and instant messaging apps. But we can think about it in another conversation. What do you think about it? About the ideas to improve social networks and instant messaging apps. And then we can share it with them, and we can make a document with this.
Yeah, sure. That's good. We're going to, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay, great. Okay, Evans, thank you so much for your time, and well, hope to meet you for next year personally. I don't know if this year, but maybe next year.
Yeah, it's really me to say thank you. It's really me to say thank you for your time, for everything.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you so much. Have a good day, or have a good night.
Yeah, I know it's night here, so I don't know. But so as long as we have created all these groups, let me know so that we can also join a talk soon.
Oh, sure. I'm going to make it. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay, have a good night, my friend. Bye. Wow, we finish in 14:22.